So we came here.
Manipur, Shri Nongthumbam Biren Singh, the chief guest of our traditional Sarai Taret scarf with the logo of the Asian Confluence designed entrepreneurs from Manipur by Mr. Savya Sachi Datta, who is the Honorable Sachi Datta. Before the welcome remarks, may I request the auspicious lamp of the inaugural ceremony is being lit by the Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur, to be followed by the Honorable Union Minister of State, External Affairs and Education, Manipur.
Esteemed members of the Asian Confluence, esteemed speakers and chairs of this Professor Priyaranjan, General Nair, DG Assam Rifles, esteemed dignitaries, it is opportune to take a minute to lay out a mental map of where we are situated today, here in this room, in the context of the Indo-Pacific. The exact definition of the contours of the Indo-Pacific is still evolving. This vast geography we call the Indo-Pacific, comprising the eastern shores of Africa to the western coast of the United States, Japan and beyond in the northern hemisphere, to Australia and beyond in the southern hemisphere, comprising this vast maritime expanse, is replete with opportunities for trade, commerce, the upcoming blue economy, and holds great promise for inclusive growth and new opportunities. Bonded the region in shared civilization and shared values. The Bay of Bengal is the ASEAN region. We here with us today. The august presence of the Honorable Chief Minister of the State and the Honorable Minister of External Affairs and Education gives this dialogue the depth and dimension that it greatly needs. Sir, we know you are very busy, just back from Delhi, and we really appreciate both your time and presence here. We are eagerly looking forward to hear from both of you, which will define the mood and tenor of this dialogue. I would also like to welcome the Honorable Political Minister from the Embassy of Japan.
For 2 days, I would like to touch on a few aspects on the theme of the 2-day seminar. First, Look East, Act East policy. The end of Cold War and the subsequent liberalization of India's economy in 1991 during the Prime Ministership of P.V. Narasimha Rao paved the way for India's Look East policy, which later on was rechristened as Act East policy. Much has been written, discussed and debated to activate the policy seemingly under 4 verticals. So that is commerce, culture, communities and capacity building. It is however to be remembered that during the ancient and medieval days, the Indo-Northern states had a lot of shared history, culture, customs and a livelihood with the 4 neighboring countries of Myanmar, Bhutan, Nepal and Bangladesh, although in modern historical experiences, the region remains a prisoner of geography, boundaries, physical infrastructure and complex political processes in all these neighboring countries. After liberalization and India's engagement towards the East, the importance of India's Northeast began to be noticed and the connectivity in different forms increased over time. However, measures undertaken to break such a state of isolation are countered by continued process of restricted connectivity, non-formalization of official international trade and limited facilities for people-to-people contact.
To be here today
at the inauguration of this conclave on Act East 2 Indo-Pacific, role of Northeast India state in connecting the connectivities. At outset, allow me to congratulate the ASEAN Conference for organizing this event in collaboration with the Policy Planning Division, Ministry of External Affairs, and the Manipur University. I would also like to thank the government of Manipur, all diplomat, dignitaries, and everyone present here for participating in this dialogue. Friends, the vision of a free, open, and prosperous Indo-Pacific is fast taking center stage in the collective view of the global strategic community. There is a growing consensus that the region is one with great potential for trades, being naturally connected by shared waters, shared civilization, and shared values of trust for inclusive growth. In this context, the Bay of Bengal holds a strategic and significant position, as does the ASEAN region. The Northeast region occupied a unique and distinct place in the overall geography of the Indo-Pacific. We here in the Northeast regions are very close to both these regions. We gather here today in the historic city of Imphal to discuss these connections and cherish many moments of the year 2022, the year in which we are celebrating 75 years of Indian independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, 25 years of BIMSTEC, and 30 years of ASEAN-India strategic relations. Imphal is a historic city that has had a special place in the history of World War II and has changed the course of the region. As India and Japan work deeply together to develop a prosperous Bay of Bengal, this year we are also celebrating 70 years of India-Japan relations, and I am glad we are joining by senior diplomat from Japan. This year, we are also celebrating 75 years of India-Thailand relations. Thailand is currently the chair of BIMSTEC and a close ASEAN neighbor, sharing many common traits of culture, history, and lifestyle with the Northeast. I note with pleasure the presence of the representatives of Thailand Embassy in this important conclave.
About the conclave, and mainly when after knowing the issues which is going to be discussed here, means organized by the ASEAN Conference in collaboration with Ministry of External Affairs in the Manipur University, which I think it is the right forum, and is my ministers, my brother Arkanandan said, we need a concrete blueprint. Aegis policy, after Lugis policy, it has become Aegis policy, and the road and checking checkposts, everything has been now back up and ready. But the backup, what we need to do is a concrete formula. What will be the responsibilities of the Manipur state? What will be the responsibility and the benefit of the entrepreneurs operating here in the state? What will be the items will be in the business? That kind of things. What kind of infrastructure we need to construct? what kind of manpower we need. So that kind of things has to be finalized. I am very hopeful in this today's conclave, because it doesn't have, we're talking about the Aegis policy, we're talking about the Lugis policy long back, since long back, but we're not materializing it. So we have to materialize it. And I am fully believe and confident that this today's conclave will definitely bring out some concrete blueprint which we can start practically. At our seat, I extend a very warm welcome to all participants visiting Imphal for the two-day dialogue. I thank the congratulate Asian Conference for organizing this important event at Imphal in collaboration with the Ministry of External Affairs and Manipur University. Such platform will provide deeper insight of the strategic landscape and the developmental trends. The Northeast connect India to one of the most economically dynamic and politically significant geographies of the world. Therefore, developing a secure and a prosperous Northeastern region will be in the interest of the country. Honorable Prime Minister has already marked the Northeast means new engine of India, new engine for development. A vibrant, dynamic, prosperous and resilient Northeast is India's strength. The region has the potential to be the growth engine for the country in the 21st century. Turning it into reality will require, among others, understanding the challenges and opportunity related to connectivity, commerce, contact, security, and human capital development. One of the key foundations towards development and the growth of the region is planned on ensuring robust and resilient connectivity infrastructure. Towards this objective, completion of projects such as trilateral highway projects, Kaladan multi-modal transit transport project, SAC road connectivity projects will be transformative. Plans for Asian Railways through More-Tamu by extending the rail line beyond Imphal will boost trade, commerce and promote sectors such as logistics, tourism, services, etc., creating livelihood and employment opportunities. The state government is making effort to strengthen road connectivity in and along the border areas. Improvement of national highways to More is nearing completion. Air connectivity in Manipur has improved significantly. Under schemes like UDAN, regional connectivity network have expanded. Plans for international flight from airport in the region to neighboring countries will deepen the connects in the wider region. Law and order in the state has improved significantly. Banana blockades are things of the past now. At the same time, steps are being taken to augment border management and further strengthen security environment. I want to little bit elaborate in the security arrangement in the border area. My DG Samrakal also here. We have 2 days discussion with the Honorable, under the chairmanship of the Honorable Union Home Minister Mishraji, and the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji addressed the session. We central government earlier central government were little bit reluctant to deploy the state police force in the border area. But now seeing the development and the changing political scenario, the Union government has also agreed to open and deploy the state police force in the border. And accordingly, altogether 34 police stations in the Indo-Myanmar border had been sanctioned and the construction is on. why I am mentioning it, it will definitely improve in managing the border law and order situation along with Assam Rifles. Earlier, Assam Rifle alone not able to look after as foolproof measures, because we are having 398 kilometer long forest border with Myanmar. So now, with the completion of this 34 police station in the border, we can assure that the security environment will be definitely strengthened in the area. Manipur and other states in the region have to be mindful of the security dimensions given its strategic location. Developments across the border have direct impact on internal security. Issues of illegal drug trafficking, illegal immigration, etc. also have security implications in addition to socio-economic issues they present. In the today discussion, Chintan Shivir, under the Honorable Union Home Minister, we deliberately discussed about the illegal drug trafficking from the neighboring countries and illegal immigrants. Checkpost at Mori is now functioning. Better infrastructure at police station at Behan, Sangai, Port Singat, as just I mentioned earlier. This further construction of 34 police outposts along the Indo-Myanmar international border and the 6 police outposts along with National Highway number 37 have improved. Recently, Manipur did not have that kind of National Highway protection force. Now we have started just around 19 to 20 police patrolling teams has started, highway patrolling schemes. So now everything is feeling secure. And earlier Manipur, the trucks did not go without security. Now trucks are moving around freely. So these are the few things, the improvement of law and order in the state. Projects for border fencing along the Indo-Myanmar border are being taken up to the fence 60.23 kilometers of the international border. Thus, we have started with the Home Ministry around 10 kilometers. 10 kilometers is about to complete, and another 80 kilometers covering the bordering of Myanmar and the Mizoram, that Behan site. That fence will be taken up shortly, and some part in the Sandel area, 40-50 kilometers, will be taken up. This is agreed by the Home Ministry. The settlement under the initiative of War on Drugs, we launched the War on Drugs in 2018 July, because as Manipur lies within the Golden Triangle, our youths have vastly affected, and transportation smuggling from this through this Moreh road, it takes up to the Delhi, Gujarat, and other part of the country also. So we launched the War on Drugs. Are some of the produce which have been exported from the state to Europe and Middle East. We have already exported is aromatic black rice and pineapples. Before I conclude, I once again thanks and congratulate ASEAN Conference for organizing the conclave. As I mentioned before, I hope that some actionable roadmap will definitely outcome from this today's conclave. I also thank Minister of External Affairs and Manipur University